Welcome on today's conversation on the future of work, where AI isn't just a buzzword, but a business driver. This is Lenovo Work Reborn, live in Orlando.
Welcome to the Work Reborn podcast hosted by Lenovo. I'm here with Tiago. Tiago, it's so grateful to have you here.
Pleasure to be here, Laura.
Thank you. Would you mind telling me a little bit about who you are and what you do at Lenovo?
Absolutely. My name is Tiago Silva. I lead digital workplace services strategy, our cybersecurity services practice, and also other offering that we have and we are developing to help customers when it comes to digital workplace solutions.
And I know you just had a keynote about this very topic. Would you mind telling us a little bit how that went?
Absolutely. I was very happy to share with the audience what Lenovo is doing from a cyber resiliency perspective, because for us, it's not about creating point cybersecurity services solutions, but it's empowering organizations to be cyber resilient. So we want them to thrive when there is a cyber attack and not having to stop, but continue to resume operations as they normally do. So less impact for the organization.
Interesting. Could you share what some of the reactions were from the audience or anyone that you spoke to after your keynote? What did you hear were some of the major points that people considered in this talk?
Yeah, absolutely. I think as an industry, we need to shift the mindset from point solutions to resiliency. How do we have, a system in place that talks with each other and can learn from the different vectors that we have in that infrastructure and protect that infrastructure? So the typical organization has more than 45 different tools from different vendors in their organizations. We're at the point where we need to start bringing all these data together. We need to start gathering the insights and then using those insights to make the best decisions that can protect companies and drive cyber resiliency. And driving cyber resiliency, when we talk about it, it's important to think about the security posture that companies want to have. Not too less, not too much. Right? What's the right security posture for organizations? So Lenovo can help different organizations to identify where they want to be from a security posture standpoint or cybersecurity posture standpoint, and then help them get there using multiple tools, multiple platforms. Because as a services provider, we're completely agnostic. And we'll use the best tools that will do the best job to serve our customers.
That's wonderful to hear. And what are some of those metrics that you are looking at with this organization?
Time to respond, absolutely, right? We want to make sure it's as less as possible. Time to identifying threats, lower costs of having cybersecurity operations, right? How can we drive automation? Have you heard about AI, right? Everybody's talking about AI. How can we leverage AI to actually get access insights into threats faster and then act on those as well, right? Driving agentic AI, copilots, and so on. So those are like some of the metrics that we want to drive, but definitely lowering the time to respond so organizations can resume their work and have less impact. And then it's very important as well when we talk about cybersecurity to have a business perspective as well, right? Sometimes we justify cybersecurity investments with technology, with threats, with market insights, but what about the business aspect? Because at the end of the day, there is a CFO in that organization that needs to justify the investment. So it's very important to justify cybersecurity investments with the return on investment from a business perspective as well. Not technical, but also in terms of numbers. How does it help to the bottom line as well?
And speaking of the CFO and all of the individuals that are located and work for organizations like Lenovo, how do you think we are changing this workforce? So this podcast is about Work Reborn, the future of work within this ecosystem. How are you seeing the future of upskilling, reskilling employees at a company like Lenovo?
Oh, this is going to be a long answer, right? There are a lot of
Perfect, we're here
topics
for it.
that we can bring into this conversation when it comes to this aspect. So we live in a time of a lot of uncertainty, right? Technology is moving at a pace that it's almost impossible for humans to keep up with, right? We see a lot of different technology, great technology developments, but we're not seeing a lot of adoption because it's difficult for organizations to keep up with the skills that are needed to actually drive the adoption that will bring them the benefit from the technology. We're seeing a lot of AI pilots failing, right? Depending on who you talk to, 1 in 5 are successful, all the others fail. 90% failure rate. Depending on the organization, you'll get the different metric. But reality is, I think there is this fear of missing out, and a lot of organizations are jumping on AI without really understanding what they want to get from it. And it's very important as well to understand how they can secure it. So I want to make sure that I don't miss that point. But also what they want to get in terms of digital employee experience, what they want to get in terms of savings, what they want to get in terms of really helping the organization to get to that bottom line. So at Lenovo, we've been thinking about how organizations can leverage AI for quite some time. So we have invested in resources, we have invested in time, and we have created solutions that can help organizations from the beginning to identify where are the needs for AI security, Gen AI technology, and so on, and then figure out companies to put together a roadmap to actually get to a time that will deliver value for those organizations. Another piece that I want to mention as well is that there is this misconception that AI is really driving, workforce replacement, right? For the lack of a better word. It's not about that, right? It's about reskilling employees to be able to leverage the most of AI, right? And we have seen this throughout the industry. We had the internet. Employees had to learn how to use internet. We had Microsoft Office. Employees had to learn how to use Microsoft Office, Word, Excel, and so on. So we need to reskill employees to be able to leverage AI the same way that we have reskilled them in the past to leverage other emerging technologies. So it's very, very important that we reskill those employees. And then from a Lenovo perspective, right, if you need help to understand how AI can help you, then talk with us, because we can help you through that journey. We have those solutions. We are one of the few organizations in the world that can actually cover what we normally call pocket to cloud.
Ooh.
Right? So we cover all the areas, the infrastructure, the end user compute, the services. So we can really have that overview and help you to achieve the goals that you might need with AI or other technologies.
And I love hearing that the AI solutions that you use are AI agnostic, because it really is just about the end customer's experience there. And diving a little into the skills that are necessary for this workforce, what are some of those skills that you are talking about in your meetings?
Yeah, it's a very good question that a lot of people ask. What are the skills that I need to learn? I think depending on the role, the skills will be different, right? I normally advise people to look at it the other way around. What am I doing now that I can leverage AI to do for me? Versus what are the skills that I need to learn because, AI is this technology that's coming up and, I need to be familiar with it. No, if you're like in HR, right? If you spend a lot of time putting together job descriptions, well, AI can do that for you pretty easily, pretty accurately right now. So how do you leverage those skills? How do you learn to use the different AI tools that are available to get there faster, to be more productive, and maybe focus on other tasks that AI can really help with, right? Because at least at the moment, a human element, it's still needed, right? When it comes to AI, yes, we can drive a lot of automation, we can drive a lot or some decision making, but we still need to have a human to govern a lot of things that organizations do.
That's right. I was about to say that. Yes. So it sounds like there are a lot of different skills that we are going to be really just learning in real time, and we're doing them today. And maybe we'll have words for them when we look back. But as long as we're working on them today, just as Lenovo is doing, we will be able to bring new life to this workplace. So I'd love to end on this note and just ask if you have any thoughts about bringing new life to the modern workplace with Lenovo.
Couple of thoughts. One, embrace AI. Don't fight AI, embrace AI. Figure out how AI can help you. Don't fear that AI will take your job. It's the other way around. How can I be more empowered to do things better, more productive with AI? I think that's the rationale that I believe all of us should have. And the second one, obviously, at Lenovo, we've been doing this for quite some time. Huge investments. We have the people with the right skills that can help organizations to get there. So reach out to us if you need help, and we'll be more than happy to help you be successful in your AI journey and get more digital employee experience at the higher levels for our customers. And obviously, I cannot forget about also driving the cyber resiliency of organizations, which AI can also help with. So embrace AI, and at Lenovo, we are here to help with any needs that you have from an AI or other technologies.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Tiago, for being on. And if you enjoyed this conversation and want to learn more about how Lenovo is bringing new life to the modern workplace, you can download the Lenovo Work Reborn report in the description below. Or if you're watching us on YouTube, you can scan the QR code in the top corner right here. And we'll see you in the next time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for joining us live in Orlando for this amazing episode of Work Reborn. I've been your host, Rita Risha, and it's been a pleasure to bring you insightful conversations from around the world, especially at this event, on how we are bringing new life to the modern workplace. If you enjoyed this episode and you want to stay tuned on more ways that we are doing just that, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe our channel, and download a copy of the Work Reborn report today.
Lenovo.